Welcome back, Playgirls.
Open your playbooks and pop a few cherries.
Because we're turning to a new page of
the Playgirl Playbook. Ow. 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 Cherry bomb. We said we weren't going to drink today, but here we are.
Okay, we have an event in exactly 3 hours.
Is it actually in 3 hours?
Yeah, we're about to go in my hair. But yeah, we actually have an event tonight that we're about to get ready for as soon as we're done recording.
Like black tie.
Formal. And we told ourselves we weren't going to drink this episode in order to be skinny.
So we're like, you know what? We're going to be good.
Let's give this a try.
Yeah, we'll try it out.
Sobriety.
Surprise
me with sobriety.
Yeah. I love how we say that, but I literally blocked off my entire workday tomorrow because I knew I was going to drink tonight.
Yeah, and we did just take a shot.
Facts.
So, semi-sobriety. It's fine. But cherry check-ins, Catherine and I are bruised the fuck up right now.
We are. We're beat the fuck up.
By the same evil. by the same person called injections. Called filler.
Called aesthetics. Called Juvederm. Wrestling Kiss.
Wow, you know a lot of the names.
Oh, girl, I've been in it.
The way that I'm like, just shoot something up in my lips and I don't even need to know.
You don't even ask what she injects in you?
No.
Jesus Christ. Well, it's the first thing you do.
That's on a need-to-know basis, and that's on her. That's not on me. I'm like, you're the expert. Oh, we're talking about lip filler, face fillers,
yes.
All that stuff.
Yeah, so Annabel is hiding her lip bruises right now, and I just got filler in my nasal labial folds, which I call them smile lines. But that's the actual
that
name
sounds
for them.
dirty.
I know.
My
labial. Anyway, I got a filler in my smile lines because they drove me fucking crazy. It hurts. It's a little better today, but it definitely hurt to laugh for the past 24 hours.
So we were on FaceTime yesterday and just catching up on different things as we do like daily. And I have this fat ass bruise. You can't see it because it's covered a little bit in lip gloss right now, but I didn't have any makeup on. And so I have this fat bruise. Catherine can't move her fucking mouth. She's talking like this. And every time she laughed, she'd have to hold her smile lines. So she was laughing like this. And I'm like bruised the fuck up. And I was like, dude, this is being a girl. This is girlhood.
It was so bad. I was like, don't make me laugh. It hurts to smile. Stop. It was so bad.
Well, and it's just such a testament to what the fuck girls go through.
I know.
We are beaten and bruised and we're like, but we're pretty.
But it's worth it. And I will keep doing it. I don't care.
It's a bad cycle, but we're in the cycle, so there's no exit ramp.
No, once you start, you just can't stop. Once you start, you're like, oh, let me just do a half syringe, nothing crazy. And then before you know it, you're just in the trenches.
I'm still doing half syringes, but
can't relate.
You're like, no, I can't. No, it's all those TikTok videos that it's that guy who mocks Miami girls, and he's like, I only get a half syringe of filler, and that's one of his lines.
Literally, that's
and
you.
That's funny. And I'm
but
but I do.
But you just keep getting halves and halves and halves. So pretty much
every 6 months.
Right. So you have more than a half in your lips, but you just keep getting halves.
Okay, but it counts. It's only a half. I actually had such a traumatic experience with the first time that I had my lips done.
Oh my God. It was, I went with her. It was traumatic as fuck.
So I hate needles. I mean, no one likes them, right? But one time I passed out giving blood, and ever since then, my brain just associates needles with passing out. It happens every time. I pass out anytime there's a needle near me or I get really close. I have a lot of passing out stories. It's not that fun. But I knew going into this appointment, I was like, oh, Catherine, I need you to go with me.
Right. I need,
of course. I need you to hold my hand.
Yeah.
I need you to be there with me.
And it was her first time getting filler. And she was going to the girl that I always go to. So I was like, I'll come with you. I'll hold your hand. Girl time.
You're like, do I need anything done while we're here?
No, actually, while we're here, can you just, something?
Just shoot me up a little bit.
I'm while I'm here,
May as well.
Yeah.
So I'm laying down in the chair. I'm kind of getting a bit nervous. Catherine's holding my hand. It was cute. My hand's getting clammy. And she's like, oh my God, you sweat. And I was like, yeah, I'm really nervous. While I'm getting injected by, her name is Lizzie, Catherine's talking to her because she knows her. And so they're chit-chatting. And I'm just there's so many needles going around my face. I am literally losing it. But they're talking. So I'm keep it cool, calm and collected. You're fine. And I can literally feel my blood, everything in my body is rising up. And I'm just starting to sweat. And I was like, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. She finishes. I'm sick. Fantastic. Made it through the clear. Didn't pass out. She then sits me up in the chair and I start kind of woozing back and forth. I start getting really fucking dizzy. And I'm like, play it off, Annabelle. Like, you're not going to be that bitch that passes out from fucking lip filler.
From filler.
Because it doesn't
From
hurt.
a half syringe of lip filler.
Like, it's not even that many pokes.
No.
Yeah, so I was like, Annabelle, pull it together. And so I didn't say anything. And I get up from the chair and I walk into the hallway. And I'm literally like, I'm going down. I look at Catherine. I go, Catherine, I'm going down. She turns around. She's like, what? And then I just like start falling.
I was like, oh, and I need to catch her.
Yep. So you had to literally like lay me down on the ground. I'm in the middle of like the entire office. There's like people that are walking past and they're like, what the fuck happened to this girl?
Literally, like you're literally laying in the middle of the hallway with like a cold pack on your forehead. And I'm like fanning you. And and Lizzie, the injector, she's like, it's okay. And she had another client. So she was like checking on you like in between clients. And
bringing me new ice packs. I had an ice pack on both wrists, on my neck, on my chest. And I was like, this is so dramatic for a half syringe.
No, I love it.
It was very traumatic. I haven't passed out again since, but I do now have literally, when I lay down, she gives me squidgy toys. I got like a vibration toy, and then she plays specific music and puts cooling rags on my neck.
She knows.
Yes, I am dramatic.
Also, I love how you can go by yourself now. You don't need to go.
I know.
I don't need to go with you anymore. Like you're growing.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm all grown up, Mom.
Yeah.
I also get a little Capri Sun afterwards to like. So I actually really look forward while I'm laying there. I'm like, wow, I get a Capri Sun soon.
That's like your gift for not passing out.
It's like the Band-Aids that you get when you go to the doctor. It's the same thing, but I get a Capri Sun after getting my lips done.
That's so funny. Another thing with like filler and everything like that, I just hate how, I don't know, like, have you seen that video of Paris Hilton being like, I've never gotten any injections. I've never gotten filler. I've never gotten Botox.
Oh, yeah.
It just came out on TikTok not that long ago. And I'm just like, shut up.
Bitch, yes, you have.
Like, yes, you have. I guarantee you her injector is sitting there watching that video. Like, girl, I know you're lying. Like, I just injected you yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just hate how some girls, like, pretend like they've never gotten anything done. And I'm like,
we know.
And also, like, I don't know why people act like it's still so taboo. Like, everybody gets it done.
Like, why does it matter?
Yeah.
And honestly, the weird thing about it is also it's kind of the judgment from girls, I feel like it's really prevalent, but also from fucking guys.
From guys.
I'm like, you have no room to speak in this conversation.
Yes. Like, there's so many videos and TikToks that we have posted of guys commenting being like, oh my God, the filler in this video is crazy. And I'm like, why do you care? If you don't want to date a girl with filler, don't date a girl with filler. But like, why do you feel the need to hate on it?
Like, I'm so glad my lips are so offensive to you.
Right.
That actually makes me really happy I'm pissing off the male population by just showing up with lips.
Exactly.
I really enjoy it.
Like, it's wild.
I'm like, yes, be offended. Please, yes. I beg you.
And also, like, we don't do it for the guys. We don't do it for men. No. We do it because we want to and we like it.
I feel pretty.
Yeah.
It makes me feel pretty.
It's the entitlement that these men have to think that they can comment and, like, make us feel a certain type of way about ourselves. I'm like,
sorry that you have nothing to make yourself prettier. Sorry, you're just ugly.
I think that's it, because I'll click on their profile and I'm like, oh, so that's why you're hating on us. Yeah. You're ugly.
And you know you could never date us. Ha!
Yeah. It makes them feel better to hate on, like, strangers on the internet.
Fragile men.
Yeah.
Hate y'all. Bye-bye.
But yeah, everybody gets it done.
And have a friend to hold your hand when you go for the first time.
That's the thing. And also, you have one life. If you want to get some filler, get some filler. Anyway.
And then you don't have to do it again.
That's my take on it.
So then we're doing all of this stuff in preparation for kind of both of our cherry check-ins are things we're doing together.
Yeah.
So our other one, I literally have your coffee creamer all over my hand still. Catherine's coffee creamer exploded in her fridge, apparently. And I was trying to open some lemonade for the shots. And I was like, Catherine, why is there... Because I thought it was bleach for a long story that doesn't matter. Well, it was wrapped in foil from your salon. And so I thought you brought...
That's because I keep my hair foils in my fridge.
Well, for a split second, I was like, oh my God, is this going to... It didn't. Anyway.
No, it's just cinnamon coffee creamer.
So we have lots of Christmas parties, like back to back to back for the next like two, three weeks.
Yeah, like it's all jammed back to back right before Christmas, which is great because Christmas is already stressful, so it just adds to the stress and it's phenomenal.
Yeah, like why not pile on every social event in 2 weeks while getting ready for all the holiday stuff?
Right.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? That makes perfect sense.
Honestly, we should have planned a trip as well. We should have just been like, all right, cool, let's plan a vacation randomly.
Yeah.
Italy, here we come.
Italy, we're coming.
But one of the things that is super funny about our whole process of getting ready for these parties has been planning all of the outfits, attires, and Catherine and I are completely fucking different when it comes to shopping habits for pretty much everything. With being a type A person, I feel like the absolute worst thing about my shopping habit, because I overorder because I'm concerned that nothing is going to work. So I'm just like, great, option 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need to be better. And I really am trying to be. But then it becomes this cycle of like, I order something and then the next day I'll wake up and be like, but what if that doesn't work? Like, what's going to be option B? What's going to be option C? Like, how do I know I'm actually covered for this whole thing? And then when I have to return it all, because I return everything, because I'm absolutely not going to lose out on money. I'm like, And so for me, I'm like, come hell or high water, it's going back.
Yeah.
But then I'll show up with literally like a bag of returns and I get the most judgmental fucking eyes. There's like a line that builds behind me and it is the most social anxiety inducing experience, me doing my fucking returns.
Oh my God.
Oh, I have caused entire like lines. I've gotten in a fight with someone. Someone's actually started yelling at me being like, if you had that many items, like get to the fucking back of the line. And then I turned bright red and I literally flipped him off behind me and then he started yelling more.
God. See, that's why I don't return things. I don't want to be put in that situation.
You like commit to one dress and you're like, that'll work.
Yeah, I'm like, that's fine. I, for some reason, cannot return things for the life of me. Like, who has time for that?
It's called getting your money back.
It's fine.
I'll take the L. Like, I'll take the fucking L.
It's fine.
No, how to know you're the type B friend versus the type A friend.
I'm so type B.
You are type B to a fucking T.
Sometimes type C.
Your car might be the most type C thing to ever exist. Every time I get in her fucking car, she'll be like, oh, sorry, 1 sec. She'll shove all of her extensions that she has in her fucking glove compartment. She'll try and shut it. It won't even shut because there's so much fake hair. That's literally a rat's nest.
I keep all of so whenever I buy new extensions, I never want to throw away the old ones because I'm like, oh, they were hundreds of dollars. I'll save them just in case. But I never end up using them anyway. I just end up buying new hair. So
it's because they're rat's nests.
I know.
Because it's literally like, it looks like something Mia, her cat, has rolled in.
I know, but I don't want to throw it away. I don't know why. And so I just have all of this huge bundle of hair in my glove compartment in my car. And for some reason, that's just where I keep it.
Yeah.
If you don't know that I'm a hairdresser, then it looks very strange.
That looks really creepy.
Right.
If you don't.
Yeah.
You have multiple personalities.
No.
You're literally the girl from Salt. You have like...
Yeah. Like there's a blonde, there's a brunette, there's like a dimension. Like
Which Catherine do I feel like being today?
No, exactly.
No, you should actually, just to trip somebody out, just get some like IDs as well and just like have them in the drawer and with different names and then just see how freaked out they get. You're like, oh, those are just my other friends.
Yeah.
And like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It was funny. I was actually talking to one of my girlfriends last night. I was catching up with her. And
you have other friends than me? God.
I am so
fuck. I'm so offended.
Sorry. I actually don't. This is a lie. It's my imaginary friend.
Okay, good. It better be.
Yeah, imaginary friend. Duh. And she was telling me about she went to Europe for like 2 weeks over the summer. So she's telling me about all her boy escapades, all this stuff. She has the habit of every time she goes on a trip, goes anywhere, she gets a long distance boyfriend. Because she's like, I don't want to date anybody that lives in my city because that's like too much of a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like I want a faux boyfriend, like a little like pen pal boyfriend. So she has straight up dated like so many people that are never in the same city, let alone same state, let alone same country.
I love that.
As her. So I was joking with her last night that I was like, dude, we need to get you a passport. And every time you date someone new from a different country, they got to sign it with like their country name.
Yes.
I was like, that would be so fucking funny.
Good. So she met someone in Greece? Love a Greek man.
Love a Greek man. The other thing with holidays, though, that I kind of wanted to rant about because it's pissing me off so much. To whomever decided that the word cocktail attire was an appropriate description for an event, fuck right off.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck your mom. Fuck your dad. Fuck you. I don't like them.
I'll fuck someone's dad.
Are they single?
Are they saying, okay, but like, is the dad hot?
Is it like his daddy?
Yeah. No, I agree, because a cocktail dress for women could mean so many different things. Is it long? Is it short? What level of cocktail dress are we talking? You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yeah, literally level.
Level. I need a
Level.
level. I need an accurate description of how dressed up to be, because guys have
Yes.
it so easy. They literally just
fucking
put on
do.
like a fucking button down shirt, a tie, and some slacks and call it a fucking day. We have to like dress to the nines, like buy a new $500 dress, heels.
Coordinate with what your friends are doing because
yes.
you don't want to show up in a different level of cocktail than they are.
Yes.
What if we implemented a system that it was like level 1, 2, and 3 of cocktail, and that determined what length of dress you had,
Yes.
and the nicer it is. So like if you're doing a quarter length dress, it's nice cocktail. But if you do like like 1 being the shortest,
Yes.
What if like why is there not a system?
I know.
Where's the system?
Yeah. And then we had to coordinate colors as well, because you were almost going to wear pink tonight and I'm wearing red. So I was like, you cannot wear pink, Annabelle, because we cannot be in any pictures together. We are going to clash.
Catherine was so fucking pressed
No, I was
about
pressed.
me wearing pink. She was like, Annabelle, most people wear, normal holiday colors.
I'm like,
to a
pink
holiday.
is not a holiday color.
I said, I think you're keeping too narrow of a view on Christmas colors. What if pink could be a Christmas color? Huh?
It's not.
It could be.
Okay.
It's in the sister family of red. No, Catherine was
I'm gonna
pressed.
disagree.
You were pissed at the fact of you were like, but we can't take photos together.
No.
And I was like, just edit my
Yeah,
fucking
but
link.
like,
You're like,
I'm not going to do that.
anyway, so now I'm wearing something different because she literally forced me to.
Thank God. I'm like, no, you're wearing this $400 dress instead.
No, literally, I was like, it's something I already own versus spending $400. And she's like, no, you actually have
You
to.
actually, you're going to have to wear this $400 black sparkly dress instead.
Or
Actually.
you're not invited.
You're not going.
I think every invitation should come with a Pinterest board.
Oh my God. That's what I'm going to do for my wedding someday.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, imagine how easy it would be.
So easy.
If every single invitation, it doesn't matter if it's cocktail, formal, any event, give me either a collage on the invite or a QR code.
Yep.
Pinterest
Oh.
board attached. How fucking brilliant would that be?
QR code to a T.
Yeah. And then you just, as like the maker, just make it like a board with. It's brilliant.
That's what
Why
my,
is that not done?
That's what my old work used to do.
And it was so helpful.
For all of like the work events that we would do, they would literally have a Pinterest board of the kind of vibe and outfits they wanted us to wear, and it worked because everybody showed up looking exactly the same and to
it
the
looked
same
so
vibe,
cute.
and it was so cute.
Yeah. Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
So people planning parties, fucking listen
Yeah,
up.
make a Pinterest board.
Save the fucking girls from this massive ball of anxiety.
It's because there was a woman planning those parties. These parties that we're going to are all planned by men. So that really checks.
How to know it's planned by a woman versus a man. That is how.
Exactly.
Other thing that is a tell.
What?
If there's champagne flutes on entrance, woman planned it.
Oh, 1000%.
Woman planned it.
Yep.
Yep. Where's the champagne?
Especially you can always tell by the decor.
Yes.
Always.
There's this TikTok that I saw that I was like, this is the most accurate thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. It was a work event and it was just like a little round table, like a cocktail table. And the only decorations were like a mini tree and literally like another minier tree that was a completely different color. And the text goes, you can tell a man coordinated this party.
Oh, 1000%.
Yes.
Because if it was a woman, there would be like a table runner, like
Yes.
candles, like way better decor. Like men just don't give a shit about anything.
Oh, I would love to go to a party planned by you. I think that'd be iconic. I think you'd
Well,
be so good at it.
You're coming to my wedding someday, so.
Well, I don't want to wait that long.
Because we know it's going to be a while.
I'm kidding. I love
Okay,
you.
fuck you.
I'm kidding. I love
Like,
you.
I
kidding.
know.
I'm kidding. Maybe this time next year, you never know.
Maybe I'll have a ring.
Maybe. Exactly.
I'm going to speak it into fruition.
Last pet peeve for holiday like parties. Who decided it was a good idea to create tight cocktail dresses or dresses? Who made that a thing?
Like, I love the idea of it. It looks great at the beginning of the night.
So hot when you walk in.
So hot when
The
you walk
entrance,
in. But as the night goes on and you have a a few martinis and a few little snacks.
And then a few more martinis.
And then a few more martinis.
And then some champagne.
And then some champagne, especially the bubbly. Mm-hmm. You're not going to look as snatched as when you walked in.
No. Like, you look like a snake that swallowed a water balloon.
Right.
Like, it's like all in your stomach.
Yeah. And so that's going to be my issue tonight because I'm already bloated because it's almost my time of the month. And so
that for you.
I'm going to have to literally find like snatched shapewear to put under my dress. And men just don't have that issue. And I'm just like, fuck you guys, you know?
Also, I want them to try harder.
They
like
try harder.
I want to find something that puts the men in misery.
Yes.
I'm like, you try having a good time drinking and stuff while you're literally being suffocated by a corset dress and you have to sit down and look nice and prim and proper and put together and also have a good time, but then your stomach is literally like exploding, but it's wrapped in fabric.
I think it's
you
just
try and have it.
The expectations that are for women is just astronomical. It's like through the roof, but for men, it's like, whatever, just show up in something nice and you're good to go.
And I think, especially around the holidays, it's become it's so fucking prevalent, this issue of like men versus women's effort levels into parties. Especially like living with a man, I guess my boyfriend. Wait, funny story, total side note.
What?
I was out with another couple on kind of like a double date, and my boyfriend Trent had showed up late. He was working late and whatever.
So you were third wheeling until he showed up.
Yeah. So I was a nice, fun little third wheel. Yeah. I'm a great third wheel. So
I'm always third wheeling.
You're just mama y papa.
Mama y papa.
That's what mama y papa.
You and your boyfriend
we've adopted you.
Yeah, you guys have adopted me.
Yeah. So I'm at this double date and my boyfriend Trent is running late. And so we go ahead and go get some drinks and we're on like round 2 by the time he shows up. And after we'd ordered the second round, the waiter's like, oh, is somebody still coming? Like, are you still waiting on a fourth? And I go, oh, I don't know who, but I think someone's still coming. Oh. And the waiter just looked at me and the couple across from me were like, what the fuck? Like why did you say,
yeah, my boyfriend's coming?
Or somebody is coming.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, why did you say you don't know who?
Why did you word it like that?
And I was like, guys, I don't know. I have no idea. And I made a joke to the waiter. I was like, yeah, I guess I'm just on a blind date. And I was like, what the? I ran with a bit of it being random.
With your boyfriend of 5 years? This is a blind date to somebody.
Do you ever get like, I don't know, I get weirded out sometimes being like, because I hate the word boyfriend because it feels so young.
Like juvenile?
Yeah. And I'm like, we literally live together.
Like
for
you're practically
3
married.
years. Yeah. But then saying my partner,
that's
most
weird.
people think I'm then
lesbian.
gay.
Yeah.
So usually then they start using like she pronouns and then I'm like, you're about to find out it's a he. And so then I'm like, fucking hell. And so I just went with somebody, but I don't know who.
I just see my man. You're like, oh yeah, my man's coming.
I don't like saying my man. That makes me feel icky.
Why?
I don't know. It feels icky.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I have to say that because
labels
are
difficult.
So I'm like, not my boyfriend, but like
my human man friend.
My man friend. Is coming.
My man trails off.
Which also, like, at this point, I'm like, what the fuck are we like? What are we doing, sir?
What are we doing?
Anyway. No, I get it. That's like awkward to say.
Don't sit like that.
You're just spread eagle.
I just sit. Sorry. You don't sit like that. I sit like that.
Not vag out.
Well, it's not that far out. It's just a little. It's more in front. It's like perpendicular. Okay, I will put my fucking leg down, you asshole. All right. So it's like event. We have at least 3 to 4 events right before Christmas. Then right after Christmas, New
Year's.
Yeah, we have then New Year's. Then we have Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, all of that shit. Then that rolls right into Mardi Gras. So we're just like event after.
Yes.
It's fucking busy
honestly,
season.
it helps with seasonal depression. So just stay busy and you won't be depressed.
Just keep buying outfits and keep going to events and you'll get through.
And you'll be fine.
Yeah. Honestly, out of all of them, I think I'm most excited for fucking Mardi Gras, man.
I'm so excited for Mardi Gras, mostly because I didn't get to go last year.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to
to
go last year to Mardi Gras. I actually was forced to go camping instead. So anyway, this year We're
because
going.
of her ex was like, yeah, you're not allowed out.
Like,
we're not going outside.
Like, you just want to go to Mardi Gras to see other guys, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, actually, I want to go because it's fun.
It's actually a fucking blast.
Yeah.
Last year I was on a work trip.
Yeah, you didn't get to go either.
I was literally gone, and then I
was in prison.
You were in the cabin in the woods that you had to pay for.
That I had to pay for. So not only did I not get to go to Mardi Gras and have fun, I had to pay for a cabin in the woods for 3 days in the cold winter. And I was just I was scrolling through all the stories on Mardi Gras, and I was like, wow. I had the worst FOMO. I was like, that looks so fun.
I want to be there.
Yeah.
I want to be where you are.
I want to be where you are.
I can literally see like a slight tear rolling down your face.
There
and you're
was.
like, I want to go.
There
No,
was.
so this year we're making it legendary. We're going to have a fucking blast.
Yes.
And Fisher's headlining where we're going. It's the carnival. So also we're going to the St. Louis Mardi Gras, by the way.
Which is also the second biggest Mardi Gras close to New Orleans.
Yeah. And so for those that don't know how St. Louis kind of runs things, there's a lot of different tents. And so there's different artists that come into different events, and the carnival tent, it's like their second year running, and they last year did a fucking blowout, and I was like, damn, I wish. Because it's like more the EDM vibe, which is more our vibe. And I was like, fuck, why?
Yes.
Why can't we be there?
But this year is going to be even more fun because Fisher's coming and everyone's freaking out because he's so good.
Yeah.
And so it's just, it's going to be a blast.
Our first Mardi Gras, we literally wore like matching outfits. We had, she had a green corset. I had a
purple.
Yeah. Except it was really funny because one of the photo shoots we were, again, hence why you should never take photos after like the second drink.
Yeah.
Just take the phone. Someone take your phone out of your hand. Turn the camera off. We don't. We're like, no, let's take more photos. So we're taking these photos outside of one of the tents. And there's literally this massive line of people going in that are also drunk. So it's like the shittiest shit show going on behind us. Catherine's nipple is out in every single photo. It was so funny. Look, I looked back through those photos.
No, it's bad. And I looked through them too because the corset was so tight, and it was also right after.
Yeah.
It was shortly after I'd gotten them done.
Yeah.
And so they were still a little higher than, but it was before they dropped, really. And so, yeah, I was nippling that day.
And the best part is Trent is taking the photos, and we were like, shit. She was like, I think my nipple's out. And I was like, really? I don't see it.
And then every single picture, it's like,
hello, little nipple, wanted to say hello. So maybe a little guide note on, actually, let's just do like Playgirl guide to like Mardi Gras. 1, check your tits are in your top.
Yes.
Unless you're wanting
please.
beads.
Unless you're wanting beads. Yes.
Also, make sure you bring alcohol to the parade. We started our day off with literally taking screwball shots.
Oh my God. I remember that.
Like 9 in the morning.
At 9 in the morning, we were taking shots, but that's how Mardi Gras is.
Yeah.
You wake up at like 6 in the morning, you start getting ready, you start drinking, and it's a whole day event.
The whole street, it's kind of sick. Like the whole street is blocked off. So, and it's a long strip.
Yeah.
For the parade. And it is swarming with people, like thousands and thousands and thousands of people in the street, and it just becomes a massive street party before the tents like really get going. I have a photo of a man hanging out in a tree with a bottle of like Jack Daniels, like he's just chilling with whiskey, literally in not a big tree, mind you, like a little tree, like a little sidewalk tree. And I was like, boy, you're gonna break that fucking
That's so
tree.
funny.
Then the gas station that was like a few blocks down from where we were standing, I remember walking past that to meet up with some friends like before we all went to the tent, and literally the gas station is overrun with people. Like there's people sitting on top of like the gas pumps. It's like it's
wild. And don't even think about trying to get an Uber home because
hell no.
There's no way the Uber can even get to the street. It's so insane. I remember waiting an hour and a half just to get an Uber, and I had to walk outside of where everybody was to even meet the Uber because the Uber was like, I can't get to you guys. Like it's insane.
No, other part of like 1, make sure you're wearing correct attire.
Yes, because you will be cold.
Bring jackets. Watch your boobs. Also, definitely do tents because you have bathroom access.
It's warmer in there.
It's warm in there versus trying to get into the bars is crazy.
Yeah. It's open bar included with your ticket, I think.
Yeah.
And then you also, if you want to do VIP, you can do bottle service and get bottles. So it makes it even more fun. Also, another thing about these like all day events, like Mardi Gras, like all of those things, you need to pace yourself.
Oof.
Because if, like you said, we were taking shots at 9 a.m. That's normal for Mardi Gras, but you have to keep in mind you have all day to go. So you need to make sure you eat. You need to make sure you drink water and not die before noon.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because
Keep it together.
It's a marathon, babe.
Yeah.
Like you got to keep going. And so
Yeah.
it's like you gotta pace yourself.
Yeah, and like the sets that they play in the tents go for
Hours.
a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. So you're in it, and it's so weird because it's like completely daylight outside, and then you enter the tent and you enter like a vortex into like
You're like,
this
what time is
underground
it?
club. Like,
Yes.
yeah, you have no idea what time it is. It's so like,
You don't know what time of day it is, like what hour you're on. You're going.
and then you go out and you're like, oh, there's a world out here.
There's a world.
There's
Yeah.
a whole new world. No, that's literally what it feels like.
Yeah, and I love it.
If we don't get pulled up on stage, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
I want to be backstage.
Fisher, if you're watching,
Fisher.
pull us up on stage.
I want to be behind the booth.
Give me the bucket hat.
Give me the bucket hat.
I want to wear a bucket hat.
I want to wear it.
We get like,
We should wear bucket hats.
yes,
We should
We
to match
should.
Fisher.
I think that'd be really cute.
It'd be so fun.
It's like Fisher. The back of it says, "Get us on stage." All right. So, what would be like your bucket list item? One thing you have, because I like going into events, like big events like this, being like, all right, I want to do at least one thing at the event, like your bucket list item. So, what is like your bucket list item for the carnival tent?
I mean, party with Fisher. I'm like, what are you doing after?
Backstage.
Like, what are we doing after this?
So, where's the tour bus?
Where's the tour bus? What's yours?
I want the bucket hat.
Ooh, you want the bucket hat?
I want the fucking bucket hat. I
What is
wanna
up
wear...
with you and hats? Like whenever we were backstage at Marshmallow, you were like, I want to take a shot off of his hat. Like,
But that would be so iconic.
no, it would be iconic.
Like, imagine, like, I take a shot, but off of the bucket hat. I mean, that'd
Yes.
be really hard to balance. But, like, I think it's
I
just
know
such a...
it would be fun.
I think I want to crowd surf.
Have you ever crowd surfed?
No, but I really want to.
It's fun.
Fuck you, bitch. Of
It's
course
fun.
you've done it.
Honestly, it's not as fun as it looks. It's honestly really, especially as a woman, it's very degrading almost a little bit, because when you're crowd surfing, obviously there's men holding you up and they're going to be grabbing you in places, and I won't do it again, but I'm glad I did it at least once. Just say I crowd surfed.
Okay, so I'll just do it once. Hold on. Rave communities and like EDM communities have...
Maybe a little
what is that?
different.
It's like peace, love. What? There's
I
that
don't
word.
know.
Okay, there's an acronym that basically
know,
means
yeah.
like, you know what I'm talking about. Where it's like peace, love, like everyone act like good humans. Maybe they'll do that.
Yeah.
EDM community.
Yeah.
Want to do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so I think it's now time for Plays of the Week.
Plays of the week.
Yeah.
My favorite time.
My favorite time of the week.
Yes.
So the play of this week is gift or go.
Yeah. So basically, if you just started dating a man right before the holiday season, it's so tough because it is cuffing season. But once Christmas rolls around and you're not really official yet, but like you kind of are, do you get them a gift? Do you not? Is it too soon? Is it weird? Do you ask them about a gift?
Yep.
Is it weird if you don't get them a gift?
Yep.
It's just, so I'm in that situation right now.
Yep.
And I'm freaking out because I don't really want to ask,
Yeah.
like, are we doing presents?
Yeah.
Are we not? But also, if he gets me something and I don't have anything, I'm going to feel like a piece of shit.
Yep.
So how soon is it to get someone a gift that you just started seeing?
Yeah. So it's kind of like it's an analysis moment, like
Yes.
another one of like, are we at this point? If we're not at this point, should I go? Should I walk away?
Yes.
If you don't get me a gift, do I still walk away? Do I leave? So like gift or go. Is it like time to get them a gift? Is
Yes.
it time to walk away? Or, you know, how are you feeling about the whole relationship? I mean, I know we had talked about this with like your place in your man friend.
My situationship. I hate situationship. I hate that word.
Really? That word
I
doesn't
mean, it's
bother me.
fine, but like, ugh.
You just hate being in one.
I just hate I hate the gray period. I'm like, are
Yeah.
we doing this or not? You know what I mean?
As you're wearing full gray.
Fitting.
Yep.
But it's just so, especially at this time of year, I'm like, what are we doing? Like this weekend, we're going to go see lights and decorate for Christmas. But we're not in a relationship, but we're doing relationship things. So I'm like,
so are we gifting? Are we going?
We not?
Am I going?
Am I going? Am I staying?
What are we doing here?
What the fuck are we doing?
I feel like, I don't know, I've always been very pro, like, ask the fucking question.
You
like,
think?
I know it's kind of weird to be like, so, like, are you getting me something? But I feel like it's very, I think you should talk about it. I really do. I think in a relationship, if you're in that potentially phase of a relationship, it is so important to just be like, look, need to know if we're doing this just so I can plan accordingly.
Right.
It's fine if we don't, but like, I just need to know kind of like, are we doing gifts? Because I think it is so shit. What you were saying is like, no matter which way, if you both don't do the same thing, it's bad. It's bad news fucking
But
bears.
it's awkward to bring it up. Like, so are we doing presents or not?
So what are you buying me?
So what are you buying me? A new Louis because mine was stolen.
What's the spending limit?
Exactly. That's another thing. If you're going to talk about it, talk about spending limits. Because last year... Last year, I fucked myself over so deeply because
there, friend.
I was in a relationship. I thought I was going to marry this man. And so I went all out for him. I was buying him Gucci. I was buying him full size, like YSL cologne, like Nike, like everything. I was spending so much money on this man, and I was happy to because I was like, it's Christmas. I want to show you that I love you. Christmas rolls around, and our spending limits did not match each other at all.
No,
I went
very different tax brackets of gifts.
I went a little overboard, and that's fine. But I just felt kind of like shitty.
I don't think it was fine.
I mean, it wasn't fine actually because I was
fine.
buying him Gucci and he was buying me Shein.
Which, if that is what you can afford, absolutely, that's fine. This motherfucker could definitely, and also, here's the thing, you don't shop there. If you shopped there, that's
my
different.
thing. Because
why did you not go to if you didn't want to spend the money, that's fine.
That's fine.
Do something that's still related to me that I want, that shows you know
That's my
me.
thing. I'm like, you know the things I wear, you know the things I buy. I figured you would know what to get me. Like, it doesn't have to be expensive, especially if we're going to talk about costs, but like make it something thoughtful.
Or it's like plan, an entire day of like holiday activities that you love.
That's fine.
Like if you don't want to spend the money, fine. Do like a tour around town or go do like something that's around that you've been wanting to go to.
Yeah.
Like there's just so many more options than 20 and multiple like $1 necklaces. I'm like, baby, if you just added them all up, you could have actually gotten something that
exactly. That's
maybe
my
you
thing.
liked.
I'd rather you get me one item that is expensive than a bunch of little cheap items.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would appreciate that way more, even though it looks nice under the tree. Like, oh my God,
there's to say that.
Literally. So I came home one day, there was literally 20, 30 gifts underneath the tree. And I was like, oh my God, this man went all out. Like, wow. And I was like, so now I felt fine getting him the presents that I was giving him.
Well, then you went back out.
I went back out because I need to go buy him more stuff.
I need to buy him more.
But I already, but I already spent so much money. But I'm like, oh, he got me a bunch of shit. So I went to the fucking Gucci store and like was anyway. Now buying presents for a man, I'm like traumatized. I'm like, I'm scared to go all out. You know what I mean? Like I'm don't know if I want to anymore.
See, that's why I think also if you can hear Dingalingen, that's because her washer sings an entire like 1 minute tune. Okay, it's done.
So yeah, I feel like Playgirl rule of thumb, if you aren't official with your kind of man yet, and you're wondering whether to get them something or not, and you don't know if they're going to get you something or not, I feel like just buy them something small and thoughtful just in case. That way you're not empty-handed and you don't look like a piece of shit. That way you're just prepared. You know what I mean?
And then keep the receipt.
But also, even if he doesn't get you something, I feel like I'd still give it to him. Just being like, oh,
I thought of you, motherfucker.
Yes, exactly.
And I guess you didn't. It's literally like, here's your guilt present.
Yes, exactly.
Not even a guilt trip. It's a guilt present. Get them something they can wear. So that way they always feel bad and they can permanently feel bad about it.
Exactly.
And you're like, great, so you can pay for this round of drinks since you're wearing my bracelet.
Exactly.
Great, so you can buy me that bag because you're wearing my bracelet.
Yep. So that's my rule of thumb.
I think present-wise, good go-tos. Cologne's a little personal, actually. I feel like, honestly, like a bracelet is like, if there's any form of jewelry,
bracelet, yeah.
like a low, not crazy high quality, like
See, that's
fucking get a little Amazon, like something that's in their color or tone. I feel like that's.
But also, here's my thing that I struggle with often. Men are so hard to buy for. Women, it's so easy. It's like, oh, just get them jewelry, just get them like a small perfume or something. But men, it's like, what do I get them? Like, okay, I know you like to golf. Like, do I get you a fucking golf? I don't know anything about
A golf
golf.
lesson would be so cute.
That would be
Actually,
cute.
if you got them like a golf lesson, or like, I pretty much err on the side of like doing something y'all can do together.
I do like that.
I
Like,
think, especially if you're not
experiences.
fully. If you're not official, I mean, it's really, that I think is a great thing, is like just something you can do together, like tickets to something, tickets to a game,
Yeah.
you know, and then also like you get something out of it. You planned like a date for you
Yeah.
guys. I think that's a really cute, not too far in the future, because then people read into that. So something close to date.
Yes.
That isn't too far of a commitment or too expensive.
Yeah.
I think like something like that would be a really cute
I like that.
gift.
Like one time, I was dating this guy, and we were dating for like a couple years. And for his birthday, I got him pit seats, like pit tickets to one of his favorite bands that was in town.
Oh, sick.
And he was literally like, "This is the best thing someone's ever given me."
Aw.
And I was like, "Oh." I was like, I did good.
You're like, I did great.
Yes.
No, the one present that I've ever gotten Trent, there's two gifts that like really stood out to him. One was, and this was so fucking cool, we went and drove Ferraris and Lamborghinis around a racetrack, and then you do a driving lesson with like a race car driver. And so that was one of the gifts, and he was like, that was like one of the coolest things I've ever done. And I was like, yeah, this is super cool. Then the other one that was completely free, I made him, for graduation, I made a CD. I asked all of his friends to write in their favorite memory with him and send in all of photos that they have with him over the years. So then I put together a video and ended it with all of the notes of like his friends. So it's like completely free. He cried. I said,
so cute.
I wanted to make that bitch cry.
See,
and I was like, yes!
I love thoughtful presents.
I do too.
So this guy that I have been seeing, which I'm like, I don't know what we're doing yet, but so we go to dinner a lot, and I never know where to put my purse whenever we go to dinner, because if we're sitting at a table and the chair that I'm sitting on doesn't have like, I can't hang it on the side of the chair. I'm like, well, I don't want to put it on the floor. Like, that's weird. I don't want to pull up a chair next to our table and set my purse on the chair. That's weird.
We're waiting for someone we don't know who to show up.
Yes. Yes. And so last time we were at dinner, he was like, "Oh, I have something for you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he pulls out this purse hook that he bought for me. And he was like, "I always see that you never know where to put your purse whenever we go to dinner." So he's like, "I've got you this," because it like hangs on side of the table, and you just hang your purse on the side of the table. He's like, "Yeah, I thought you would like this."
Okay, that's fucking adorable.
And I was like, see, I'm like, I love that. Like, whenever I see a man listens and he solves the problem that I have, I'm like, yes, that's what I need. I love that.
Also, you know, that hook was like maybe $3.
I mean,
but
I don't know,
everything to you.
It was
you
pretty
know?
heavy. It was like
wait.
gold. It was like heavy.
What?
It was weighted. I was like, okay.
You're like, even the hook my purse sits on is designer.
It's designer. So put it.
It's an LV hook,
Yeah.
actually.
But could you imagine?
I'm literally thinking of like, oh, cute. He showed up with like a little 3 command strip.
No.
I'm like, oh, cute. That's
It was
so
like
sweet.
a heavy like gold hook that was like in like a velvet like casing. I was like, oh my God.
What the literal fuck?
I know, but it was so sweet
that's
that he
sweet.
just
That's
like
really sweet.
saw that I had an issue, and he was like, "No, let me solve it for you." I'm like, "Oh, that's a man." You know what I
That
mean?
right there is a man.
A man. He's not a puppy. He's a big dog.
Well, it's the things that people do for you that you didn't ask for or expect
Yes.
or ever vocalize, and they just noticed something and then went out of their way to help fix it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it.
Means the world. Cute. All right. Playgirl problems.
Playgirl problems.
Let's do it. Question 1. All right. Hey, Playgirls, I need your advice. What do you do on those days when you just don't feel it? Like, I go out with my friends, and instead of feeling hot and confident, I just feel really ugly and not like myself. Like last weekend, I went out with my friends, and while they all looked amazing and I was so happy they were having a good time, I couldn't stop feeling like shit. I ended up leaving early because I just couldn't shake the feeling. Does this happen to you? And how do you stop comparing yourself to your friends?
That's real.
That is so fucking real.
Yeah.
Honestly, there are days you just feel ugly.
You do. And to everyone else, you look exactly the same as you did a few days ago.
Yes.
But for some reason, I don't know if it's our hormones or like the time of the month. I don't know what it is, but sometimes you just wake up and you do the exact same hair and makeup that you always do, but for some reason it just looks different, and you're like, I'm ugly.
Yeah.
Like,
Why
what's
am I
wrong?
ugly?
Why am I ugly?
Why am I ugly?
And I don't know what it is, but I think you have to remind yourself that it's like, no, it's all in your head.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
you look hot. Like, you look exactly the same as you always do. You know what I mean?
Yes, 150%.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many times Catherine and I will go out and we'll be getting ready, or we'll be fixing up our makeup in the mirror or something, and one of us will be like, God, why do I look ugly tonight? Like, what is wrong with me? And we'll look at each other and be like, you look the same.
Yes.
You look hot as fuck, as you always do.
Like, it's in your head. Knock it off.
Nothing about you looks different.
Yeah.
No, I think you just need like a girlfriend, or just give yourself the pep talk of being like, knock it the fuck off. You look hot. This is, like you said, like, it's fully in your head. Then the other thing with like the comparing yourself to friends. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard, especially as women, since sadly, so much value is placed on how we look, especially as you're younger. You grow out of it as you get older. I think advice-wise on not comparing yourself, I think it's just really believing in the good qualities of yourself and just focusing on those. It's like redirecting all those negative thoughts, because like 10 out of 10 times what you love about someone else, someone loves about you.
Yes.
And you don't even know that, because maybe they didn't tell you that.
And also, I'm going to add this in. The way that you're feeling about yourself and the way that you're thinking about how you look all night, that's what other girls are doing as well. They're having the exact same thought. So I think that's helped me a lot throughout the years of being like, okay, all the other girls that I would like maybe compare myself to or whatever, like, they're also just concerned about how they look. Like, they're not concerned about anybody else. They're concerned about themselves as well. So it's like, they're not really looking at you. They're mainly concerned about how they look.
Yeah, they're concerned about their top fitting right.
Top fitting right.
Or their boobs like in the right position. You know,
exactly.
Like, that's why everyone fidgets. That's why girls are literally constantly fidgeting, you know?
And so it's like, you just have to remind yourself that, like, everyone's just mainly concerned about themselves.
Yeah. So take like the stress off yourself, because like ain't nobody judging you that way as much as you think they are in your head, you know?
Exactly.
And also at the end of the day, your night and how fun of a night and how good of a night you have is not based on how you look. It's about who you fucking surround yourself with. So even if you don't feel the best and you don't feel your hottest, just don't look in a mirror that night and go fucking drink with your friends. And like, also, literally go have fun.
The most fun nights I've had, I was like wearing like leggings and sweatpants.
Yeah, we were at a house party the other weekend.
Yeah, like we were at a house party the other weekend, and I thought I got the days mixed up. And Annabelle, she was like, "Oh, I'm on the way," and I was like, "On the way to what?" And she was
like, the party I
like,
invited
the party tonight. And I was like, oh shit, I was literally laying on this couch right here, no makeup, in my sweatpants, like sweaty from the workout I did earlier. And I was like, oh, I need to leave now. And I was like, okay, well, I don't have time to get ready at all. I did like the quickest shower ever done in my entire life. No makeup, nothing. I think I put on like a smidge of bronzer just so I didn't look like a pale weirdo. And I had the most fun night ever. And because I wasn't really like concerned, I was like, the most fun nights are whenever you're comfy and you just don't care.
Yep.
You know,
you just kind of let go of that inner monologue that's going on in your head. So
yeah, you just have to let it go.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hi, ladies. So I have a situationship. Unfortunately, that goes to university about 5 hours away from our hometown where I live. We usually don't talk while he's away. He's a slutty frat guy, and I have no interest in hearing about that until he gets back in town, and I'll go see him if I like it. Well, about a few months ago, he started calling me to listen to my voice and get off to it. Will just randomly call me, and immediately when I answer, starts getting himself off. It started as like an every couple of weeks thing, but now it has graduated to a couple times a week at random times. It really grosses me out, but I kind of like him, so I don't want him to stop and do it to a different girl. What does it mean if a guy's doing this? I've never heard of something like this before. What do I do?
Send him the sex therapy like voice people. Just send him that number and be like, hey babe, change my number. Call and pay at the end of your phone call. Thanks.
1-800 sex talk. Like, no, I feel like that's what he wants, because that's weird, especially if he's only calling you to get himself off. Like, that doesn't even sound like he's interested in you or your personality or what you're about. He's mainly just wanting you in a sexual way, which is not what you're wanting, I feel.
No.
You know?
No. Unless you're like trying to hook up with this guy and you enjoy it too, which I mean, go you, girl.
Fine,
go you, girl. But like, it sounds like that it's a very one-way street.
And also, I feel like as women, we need to start being grossed out by men who don't put in effort to getting to actually know you or anything that's just sex. Like, unless you're just wanting a hookup, then that's fine. But I feel like if you're genuinely interested in this guy and that's all he's giving you, run.
Yeah, definitely get the fuck out.
Get out.
Get the fuck out of there.
There's better men out there, babe.
We have decline for a reason on our phones.
Yes.
Learn to use it. And definitely, I think with what you were saying is like normalize, and women overall in every regard of men doing dumb shit that's just not socially acceptable.
Yeah.
Normalize saying like, you're being fucking weird.
Being
Can
gross.
you stop? Please don't do that.
Yeah.
And I get your point of being like, oh, like I don't want him to like call somebody else. No, call somebody else.
Call somebody else. Set a boundary because that will make a man either step up or get out. Like either step the fuck up to where I need you to be and respect my boundaries, or bye. Because then at that point, what are you even doing for me? What am I getting out of this? You know what I mean? Like just to make him happy? Like no, like you need to put your happiness first before anything.
Absolutely. Also, apparently you should go into radio because you have an amazing voice. Apparently.
Amazing voice.
Amazing voice.
You need to rethink your career.
Become maybe like a singer.
Yeah.
Maybe porn for voice.
Yes.
Like voiceovers. Do you like porn voiceovers?
I think that's
I don't know.
thing, actually.
You have a career calling somewhere in there, apparently.
So yeah, I think he needs to go, babe.
You need to decline the call.
Yeah, or just block him.
Or just block him.
I love blocking people.
You do block people.
I block people often.
And then they get unblocked. And they get reblocked.
And then they get reblocked.
My favorite is when somebody of an ex, like 2 or 3 times removed, finally gets unblocked, and then you send them something or they'll send you something.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, I didn't think it'd actually go through. Oh. I love the surprise in their voice.
Yes. They're like, oh, wow, I'm unblocked. Like, who would have thought?
You're like, you're welcome.
Yeah,
you're back on the list.
You're welcome.
For now.
For now.
Fuck around and find out. You'll be blocked again.
Yes, literally.
Cool. Well, I think that's it for this episode of the Playgirl Playbook.
We'll see you fuckers next week.
Ye fucking ha.
Have a good night.
Ye.
Bye, bitches.
Bye.
Love you.